Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chalavec Movies. My name is John and this is going to be part 6 in me looking through the shelves and seeing what my favourite slipcovers are in my whole collection. The only rules in this is it's got to be a slipcover. It can't be anything else, no slip boxes or special editions, even though there's some amazing stuff in there. This is just slipcases only, because sometimes I think when they're on the shelves you forget all about them, you put them on there and you don't get to see them and look at them for what they are, because sometimes it can be really stunning pieces of work and art in essence. So yes, so I'm going to go through these. I'm going to tell you which is my favourite one in all of this section, and then that one will go into the battle royale with the other ones, which I'll show you. I'll link down all the video that I've done before down below, so you can see the whole lot if you want to have a sort of playlist of them. And I've also done as well, I've went through eBay. So these things are not exactly, most of them aren't exactly out of print, but what they are is if you go and get them off the likes of Amazon, you're not too guaranteed to get a slipcover with them. And usually you will go to eBay to make sure you definitely get a slipcover with them. So I've wrote down the prices of all these by what you would actually get on eBay, what you would pay for them, and give you a rough guide. So if anybody wanted to get these for this particular slipcovers, you might be forewarned to see what the price is. And also, you'd be surprised at how cheap some of these are. Some of them, when I looked at them, I thought this is going to have to go for big bucks, and it goes for literally nothing. So yes, so let's get into it. So the first one is a Eureka title, and this one, if you wanted to buy it on the likes of eBay, it would be round about the £10 to £15 mark, probably a little bit less as well. And it is the limited edition Flesh and Blood release. Now this is a great cover because it's a very busy cover. It's also got reversible art on it, which is that's another great cover in there. Which one would I prefer? I might prefer this one to actually be the slipcover, but I do like the slipcover. And I did think that this was going to be massively out of print, but no, it's not. And I just like the fact that it's got that busyness about it. It's not just a simple case of sticking Rutger Hauer on the front and then that's it. You've got all the other elements into this film. It's a really good film as well, by Paul Verhoeven. It's very gory as well. And I remember when it came out, it caused a lot of controversy because it was quite explicit and quite brutal in its whole premise. But yes, nice slip there. And I got this one in Asda, would you believe? So the next one is another Eureka title, and I've just got this recently, so it's probably if you get it on Amazon, it's only about £12 on Amazon, you will get it with a slipcover, and it is the 1928 film The Last Warning. Now there's not a great deal going on in this slipcover, but I do think it's absolutely brilliant. It's kind of a less is more. It's a very striking picture. You do get original artwork on it as well, which is what it's all about, having that. You know, you can have that to look to see what it was like. I like the fact that you can swap these around as well. So you've got, just with removing the slipcase, you've got both arts on it. And lovely sort of, it is shiny, but it's not too shiny. It's not high gloss. It's more like a sort of matte gloss, if that's, I'm getting into this, how do you describe the actual finish of these boxes? But I would say it's a matte gloss one, but it's just got this really striking image on it. The next one is a really big personal favourite of mine. I was really tempted to put this in as my favourite slip. It's another Eureka title. Now, funny enough, Eureka never really used to do slipcovers at all, but they're starting to bring them into more, and they're starting to make some really good slipcovers as well. So I am quite interested in getting these on release, because then I know I'm guaranteed of a slipcover. And this one is the 1928 film The Man Who Laughs. Now this picture here is, well, it's an amazing picture. I think this is more like the original artwork, and they've got this amazing cover in the middle and underneath as well. I mean, the both covers on here are stunning. But this film is exceptional. Anyone who's seen it says the same thing. But I do love the fact that they went sort of like back to the original sort of design for this, as if it was something that you could have literally, if Blu-rays were invented in 1928, this would have been the Blu-ray that would have come out in 1928, if that makes any sense. But I like it because it's just so retro. So Eureka are doing some really good work on their slipcovers as well. Now this one as well, it's a one you can get, and that one actually will cost you round about the £20 mark. The Last Warning is about 12 quid, and The manual asks is around about £20, but you can get it probably £20 or under. But I don't know if you're guaranteed to get it, the slipcover from Amazon at this point. Now this next one is a classic film. It's got a classic design in it. I do like the slipcover because it is the classic design. It just looks so like colourful and vibrant. It's just got a brilliant picture. It's one of the best sort of covers for a movie poster ever as well. And I do like this fact it's got some nice little spot gloss and touches on it. And it is Pulp Fiction. Now I think everyone's seen Pulp Fiction, the movie and the cover. So it's not going to blow anyone's minds about this, but if I can get the fact that they've just spot glossed a few little bits on there. Uma Thurman and the gun in the book is spot glossed. I just think that's a lovely little touch. When I pulled it out, I thought, well, this is nice, but everyone's seen it. But I don't know. I'm going to imagine that they're all come like that with the spot glossed on it. But I just think it's an absolutely amazing cover anyway, and I just think that with that little touch of the spot gloss, it makes the cover a little bit more desirable. And it's also, if you can get it on eBay for about £5, so it's not going to break any banks at all. The next one is by a director that I really rate quite highly. He seems to have not made too much recently, but I really want him to make some more films, and it is Ben Wheatley, and this film is called Free Fire. Now I haven't seen this film. I keep meaning to watch it. It's one of the ones where I say I'll watch it next week and I never get around to it. It's got some really nice spot glossing on there if it picks up in the bullets and the target sort of sign. It's very yeah, you can see it just, but it's a nice old school cover because I think the film is maybe set in the 70s sort of era, and it's got a bit of a 70s vibe going on to it. I do really want to see this film. It's on my massive to watch list. The next one is another film from Ben Wheatley, and it is High Rise. It's a film I have watched. I did enjoy this one. It's a little bit strange, as some of his films are, but it's got a really good, busy kind of. I like the design of it. It's high gloss, and there's no spot glossing on it. Although it looks as if it could be spot glossed, but it doesn't really have it on. But I do like that sort of whole. It gives me a little bit of a Clockwork Orange kind of vibe to it in a way. I don't know why. The film's not really like Clockwork Orange, but it's got that. Just that. It's one of the ones where you walk past in the shop and you would pick it up and have a look at it, even if you hadn't got a clue what it is. Maybe that's the job of covers, to get you to pick them up and think, well, I'll give this one a try. How many people have picked up a film with a great slipcover or a great cover and been really disappointed? Yes. The next one is a one that was gifted to me by my good friend Hall Goss 73, John Hall, and this is a crazy film. I've watched this. I need to watch this again actually because it was just so mad, and it is Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl. Now this has got some lovely embossing on there. I hope it picks it up because it's just got this massive amount of embossing just in the right places as well. And it's a great cover. It's a mad film. It's one of those films that is just, you wouldn't believe the amount of gore in it or the amount of over the top gore in it. But these sort of I'm going to say it's Japanese, but it could be Korean, and it's purely like a fantasy film, but it's also got this air of just, you wouldn't believe what lengths the gore go to. But I like the fact that it's just got that embossing on it, which brings it a little bit to life as well. The next one is another film that I got gifted from John Hall, and it is Shaolin. Now this has got that there, just really brings this cover to life. It's a very good cover anyway. If anybody has ever seen any Shaolin films, also a film like Iron Monkey, they have fights on these poles and they'll do this massive, well, it's obviously done with wire work, but it's just the breathtaking, and this really draws you in. If you're a fan of that type of wire work kung fu, you will be drawn in on this picture alone, and you've got that little bit of spot glossing and embossing just to take your eye to the actual cover itself. Really nice cover. In this one, sorry, I'll get back to the prices of them. The High Rise and the Free Fall you can get for £5 or under on eBay with a cover, And Vampire Girl, I'm not too sure, I couldn't find anybody selling it, but I think it might go either quite low for £10 or it might be quite high. I don't know, it's one of them ones that could be massively out of print. And this one here will go about £15. It's the Region 1 release. So this is about £15 if you want to pay for that. This next one is Roundabouts, £10 or under, and it is a film that divides a lot of people. It is the Jim Jarmusch film, The Dead Don't Die. But I remember seeing this, I think it was on Big Paulie's site, and he was talking about it, and I thought, right, I did want to get it, and I did see him picking up with a slip, and I thought, I have got to get the slip on this one. It's a lovely slip. I hope the light catches it right, and you can just see how vibrant that actual picture is. The film itself, I do like the film, but I could understand why people don't like this film. It breaks a lot of rules. It breaks the fourth wall. It breaks every wall going. It could be better, but Jim Jarmusch films aren't really about action. They're more about talking. But I could understand somebody want to see the big sort of like Dawn of the Dead cash in, but it's nothing like that. It's more about people talking about people being zombies, and the ending is just so bizarre. I could understand why a lot of people would think, no, that's not for me. But I do personally like it, but I do love this slipcover, really do. That was nearly at the top of my slipcovers for this week. Now I want to talk about a couple here, and that would set you back around about £10 or under. Now this next one will set you around about the £10 mark or under. And I'm just showing it, it's not really one of our classes like a great, it is a great slipcover. It's not one that sort of really isn't up with these ones, but it's just one I'm going to say that it's The Exorcist, and I do think that The Exorcist personally should never ever have a different cover. Why do I say that? Because this cover is so iconic that you can't surpass it. Alright, put some extra stuff inside, do some extra covers, maybe put an extra colour on it. I've seen these with like red covers, but to me this cover should never be. I know you can get different slip covers with it. You can get the one with Reagan looking menacingly at the picture, at the camera, and it's quite a good cover. But to me, you will never top this cover. So if it doesn't matter what the thing came in, the next special edition, because it's obviously got to be a 4K coming out with this soon. It's begging for a 4K release. They've got to keep this cover on to a certain degree. I would really want them to, as well. That being an iconic cover which should never be changed. Now I'm going to say that this cover here is a very lazy cover. This cover could have been so much better, and it does retail for around the £30 mark or even more, which is quite surprising because I only paid £20 for this from America, and it is the Friday the 13th collection. Now it's the set itself is really good. I do rate it highly, even though I've got the Scream Factory one, which is much better. But this one here, I just don't. They've got that many things they could have done with this cover, and they seem to have taken a sort of, you know, when you get these sort of fan film ones where it's just somebody doesn't even look or resemble Jason's physique at all. And this, I can't imagine this being out of any of the films. And people who are well into the Friday the 13th films, which a lot of people who get this stuff are, like it's their favourite franchise. It's my favourite franchise. You look at it and you think, well, what's that off? It's got nothing to do with the actual. It's just somebody probably standing in a studio done this, and it's so lazy for me. They could have done something more iconic, like they did on the DVD box set with the mask and everything, the embossed mask. There's just no thought put into this one at all. So it's, for me, this is a very. I mean, even that. It looks a bit like Bargain Basement. They don't need to put the Blu-ray on it. They just need to get a striking cover. I'm sure if they got a striking cover, they would have got more interest in this set, because when it came out, it didn't really set the world alight. So that's a one that's a bit of a letdown. So this next one was so close to being my top slipcover for this particular episode. Came that close, but there was one that's obviously beaten it, and it is the Mill Creek version of New Kids. Now I know you can get this one in a better version in the UK from 101 Films and the Black Label, but I just love this cover, this style of cover. The film itself is a great film. The print on here is lovely as well. It's region free, which is great, but this whole premise of having this like retro look to it. It's actually like a VHS tape out of the box, or coming out of the box. It just takes you right back to back in the day when you would get this, and it's got all these stickers on, which they're not real stickers, and little bits on the tapes, which you always used to get. And for me, I just love the look of that. I would love to get more of these titles as well. There is a few in this range that I do want. We'll actually try and find off eBay. Now, if you want to get this one, you're looking around about £10 to £15. But I predominantly like it for the fact of this particular thing on the case. It's just so clever. If this cover had been the whole length of the case, I wouldn't have really put it into here. I would have thought, well, it's all right. But this just makes it for me. Just love the fact that they've done this. Also, it's got a nice reversible art there as well. So yeah, ticks all the boxes for me. No extras on here though. So if you want the extras version of it, the 101 film is the better one to go. But yeah, really highly recommended film in itself. Now, this one here, if you want to buy it, you literally can buy it for well under £5 with the slipcover on from eBay. And it's an alright film. It's not great, but a reason why I saw it was I saw it in Blockbuster videos, and I thought, I've got to have that. So I just picked it up, and this is the one that instantly drew me into it. The film itself is quite good. It's not as brilliant as the cover makes out, but I hope it does it justice on here. It's a lenticular cover as well, which it's the best, to be honest, it's the best looking lenticular that I've physically got in my collection at this point. I'll look through my shelves, and it's so deep, and the sort of things coming out of the picture are like the best I've ever seen. It is Attack of the Werewolves. Now let's see if I can get this on camera for what you're seeing here. Now the hands are coming out, the hands coming right out there. The sticks come out. The werewolf's face actually, protrudes. His nose is bigger, it comes out of the screen, and he is sort of well out of his background as well. So that for me in this episode is the best slipcover I've got, and you can literally get it for pennies. It's highly recommended for a slipcover. It'll not break the bank if you want to get it and just look at it. The film itself, like I say, it's all right. It's a Spanish film, I believe, and it's in Spanish language, so that doesn't put me off. But it's a low budget film. It is what it is, but it's not bad at all, and the werewolves are quite good in it. The transformation scenes are okay, but there's the fact that they're sort of very quick, which is one of the selling points of this film. That's Attack of the Werewolves. So that goes into the Battle Royale with the other ones. So I'll quickly run through them to see what it's up against. You get Arrow's Crimes of Passion, which, say in the certain light, it comes to life. You get 88 Films Eliminators, which is just a throwback to an 80s poster that you would see on where you go and see the cinema. You would see all these posters, and you just don't get these things anymore. This next one is another 88 Films, Lucio Fulci's The Devil's Honey, underrated film, and this is a soft touch feel as well. Feels absolutely brilliant. Lovely colours on that. The next one is the Blue Underground, Daughters of Darkness. This is another lenticular cover. Really good cover there. Really deep as well. Absolutely brilliant. Highly recommended edition this as well. And the last one is this 4K version of The Passengers, and you can see their eyes just come to light in the right light, and it's just got this lovely look to it. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will see you when I get round to doing the next video, which will be sometime in the next couple of weeks or week. Don't forget that I've got that competition running at the moment, and I'll leave some details down to that video if you want to put in for it. There's still plenty of time. I'm saying plenty of time. I'm recording this on Thursday. It's going to go out on Friday morning, and then probably on Sunday I will be telling you when this thing's going to finish. I think it's going to finish on Monday, on the forthcoming Monday. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I appreciate that, and you take care, and I will see you on the next video.